What if I told you your next email was written by something that pretends to think, yet doesn't think like you do? You're about to discover how language models like GPT-4 actually work inside and why that matters to you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how these systems think and how to use that knowledge to stay ahead in the AI revolution. You hear the word artificial intelligence and picture a digital brain. But what if I told you GPT-4 isn't thinking like a human brain at all? Yet somehow, it feels uncannily human. That's where the story gets fascinating. Let's start with a simple question. When you ask a language model to answer, what does it really do? Is it reasoning, understanding, or something else entirely? Brace yourself. The truth might surprise you. In March 2023, OpenAI unveiled GPT-4. It's a multimodal model capable of understanding both text and, in some cases, images, and generating human-like text. But what it isn't is conscious. It doesn't know anything the way you do. Think of GPT-4 as a massive, hyper-intelligent autocomplete engine. Massive. It's predicting the next word, the next phrase, one token at a time, over and over. It learned from vast oceans of data and then was fine-tuned with human feedback. The result? Something that feels intelligent, even though it's fundamentally pattern recognition, not human thought. Inside this digital brain lies a structure called the transformer. The reason modern AI exists today. It's made of mathematical layers that learn patterns, connections, and meanings across billions of sentences. These aren't neurons of feeling, they're weights of probability. And yet, somehow, they give birth to responses that sound alive. Imagine giving GPT-4 a simple prompt. It slices your words into tokens, encodes them into numerical meaning, passes them through attention layers, and predicts what should come next. Then the next and the next. Every single word is a prediction, not an emotion, not a thought. Just math refined to near perfection. Here's a metaphor. Think of GPT-4 as a super-fast librarian flipping through every book ever written, just to predict your next sentence. It doesn't understand the story, it recognizes how sentences flow. That's how it can sound wise, poetic, or even emotional, yet still lack true awareness. You might be wondering, how can something so mechanical seem to reason? GPT-4 can solve math problems, code, even debate philosophy. But research shows it's not reasoning like humans do. It's simulating reasoning based on patterns. It's a master illusionist of logic. When you prompt it with, "Let's think step by step," something interesting happens. It produces chains of reasoning that look deliberate. This is called the chain of thought effect, a way of guiding its predictions to mimic human reasoning. But remember, the thought process you see is generated text, not inner awareness. So when GPT-4 says, "I first considered X, then Y, and concluded Z," it's storytelling its logic after generating the answer. That's a post hoc narrative, not actual introspection. It's like a magician explaining a trick after the show. Convincing, but not real reasoning. Now let's zoom out. Why does GPT-4 feel so human-like? Because of scale, vast training data, enormous compute power, and trillions of parameters. With such scale, something magical happens. Emergent behavior. Complex intelligence arising from simple prediction. But emergent doesn't mean alive. Take a real-world example. GPT-4 can analyze an image of a fridge and suggest recipes based on what it sees. It can pass medical and legal exams that stump professionals. But in abstract reasoning or creative originality, it still falters. It doesn't understand, it imitates understanding. Now here's the curiosity gap. Can GPT-4 ever truly think like us? Short answer, no. But it can mimic human thought so convincingly that you'll question where the line even is. That illusion is both its power and its danger. Because when people start trusting GPT-4 as if it's sentient, they risk being misled. It can confidently generate false facts. We call them hallucinations. It can make up sources, invent quotes, or subtly twist meaning and sound utterly believable. If you treat it as human, it can fool you. But if you treat it as a tool, it can empower you. Now, let's dive into one of its superpowers, attention. The Transformer's attention mechanism lets GPT-4 decide which past words matter most to predict the next. This gives it the illusion of memory and context. It can refer back to earlier sentences as if it remembers. But it's not true memory. It's calculated focus. Then comes the context window. The span of text GPT-4 can see at once. Older models could only read a few paragraphs. GPT-4 expanded that dramatically. It can hold entire chapters, long conversations, even full research papers in context. That's why it feels coherent and intelligent across long interactions. But despite all this, GPT-4 is still a black box. We don't fully understand why certain responses emerge. Two identical prompts can produce slightly different answers. That's not randomness. It's the hidden chaos of probability inside. Here's another crucial piece: alignment. After GPT-4 was trained, it was fine-tuned to follow human intent. Researchers used human feedback to make it safer, more polite, and less biased. Alignment ensures it doesn't just speak, it behaves. But even alignment has limits. AI mirrors our data, our flaws, our biases. So how should you think about GPT-4? Picture a mirror that reflects your words, but reshapes them with infinite creativity. When you ask, write a story about courage, it's not feeling bravery, it's echoing patterns of stories about bravery. You're co-creating with a digital reflection of humanity's collective mind. That's powerful and risky, because if you learn how to communicate clearly, GPT-4 becomes your creative partner. But if you assume it understands you, you'll misinterpret what it gives back. The key is mastery, not dependency. And now, the next evolution has already begun. Researchers are building reasoning-focused models, like OpenAI's O1, that take more time thinking before replying. They use structured reasoning chains, almost like internal debates. This is the next frontier. Models that don't just predict, but plan. Still, they're far from human consciousness. Remember this: thought does not equal consciousness. Intelligence does not equal understanding. GPT-4 may pass exams, write poetry, even give advice, but it doesn't know it's doing any of that. It experiences nothing. So what does this mean for you? The creator, the student, the professional using AI daily. Use GPT-4 as an amplifier of your intelligence, not a replacement for it. Let it handle the patterns, the drafts, the structure, but keep the meaning human. That's how you stay irreplaceable in the age of intelligent machines. When crafting prompts, think like a director. Guide it. Give context, define tone. Don't say, write a post. Say, write a post that inspires creators to dream bigger. The more human direction you give, the more powerful its reflection becomes. Always review critically. Ask yourself, would a human say it this way? If not, tweak it, inject emotion, add your story. Because authenticity isn't something AI can fake for long, but it's your ultimate advantage. Let's revisit our starting question. What is GPT-4 really thinking? It isn't thinking at all, it's predicting. One token at a time. What likely comes next? But through that prediction, it builds a bridge between human curiosity and machine intelligence. Even as models evolve, one thing will remain. Humans bring meaning, machines bring speed. And those who learn to combine both will lead the future. So what should you take away today? Understand the machine so you can master it. Respect its power, but don't romanticize it. Use it to expand your creativity, your voice, your impact. And remember, the future isn't AI versus humans. It's AI with humans. You and the machine, together, shaping what comes next. Thank you for exploring this inner world of language models with me. If this opened your eyes, hit subscribe now and join our growing community learning to use AI to create, grow, and stay ahead. Comment below what surprised you the most about how GPT-4 thinks. Check the description for free resources and AI tools to supercharge your creativity. And remember, stay curious, stay human, and I'll see you in the next one.